What's up, everybody? Man, happy Sunday morning, man. This is your boy Dallas Cowboy Chris, man, with the Three Amigos show, Cap Coffee with the Cowboys. And man, let me tell you something. We got the man from West Texas, the 915 himself, 21, Armando 21.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on, fellas? How about them Cowboys, baby? It's early. It's Sunday. We're gonna talk coffee. We're gonna sip coffee and we're gonna talk Cowboys. There we go.
All right. And then from the great, when I say the great state of Arizona, from the 520, my man, that starting defensive tackle back in Arizona State University. No, I'm sorry. Arizona Wildcats. I had to tease him. My man, Mikey.
Oh, it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Good morning.
Good morning, y'all, man. Good morning, man. We back with episode number 2 of Dallas Cowboy. I mean the Three Amigos show. Yeah, it's early, guys. I'm trying to get my shit together too. The Three Amigos show. Coffee with the Cowboys. Hey man, we appreciate y'all joining us. For y'all that don't know, we do have the TikTok account up. Mondo, give them the TikTok account.
So if you guys are coming from TikTok, check out Los Three Amigos podcast. Just like that, Los Three Amigos podcast. The number three Amigos podcast on TikTok. Y'all go show some love. We're gonna do a nice little giveaway. Hey, we're doing this, man. Los Three Amigos right here.
Let's go, man. So, man, that's real quick, man. Let's talk about was all finally getting in the same room last week. you know, me and 21 and a few more friends, we journeyed down to Arizona to that debacle, but we ain't gonna focus on that debacle. But we finally got in the same room with 520. And hey, I'm telling you, if y'all ain't never been in the same room with 520, it is an experience. It is an
I
experience.
think people that know me could concur and they'll concur. Not the same room, but like the same block, the same block.
But man, we had an awesome time, man, in Arizona. It was just like we expected. It was gonna be hot. That's number one. Number two, shout outs to 21, man, for the Airbnb he found, man. It accommodated everybody, included our wives. They were very happy. Also, only thing I didn't do was I didn't have my free willy moment where I jumped in the pool and then I jumped up on the beach where y'all could rescue me. I didn't get to do that, but
Yo,
It
hey,
was
maybe
close. It
next
was
time.
close. When you hit
I
when
was
you
close.
when you hit that little 2 point stance and you hit
yeah,
that,
that's what I was thinking.
I thought you was gonna take him down. I thought you was gonna take Mikey down.
I thought he was gonna slip it there. I should have just stepped forward. I would have, I was behind the grill, but I should have just stepped forward to see if he would have fell
Say,
inside
so
the
man,
bottom.
so man, you ain't got to think like that, man. Because I was like, okay, man, if I get the kick step and I kick step the wrong way, I'm gonna end up in the pool, and that ain't gonna be a good look.
We didn't want to go to the ER with Chris having a torn
No,
Achilles
man.
and
Hey,
him in
hey, man.
crutches at the game. That's no good. No
Hey,
good.
bro, we all too old for that. We all too old for that. We can't, we can't do that. But say, man, let's talk about the reason why we here this morning. We always do a pregame show on the Sunday mornings. The Cowboys versus their opponents, and this week they got those beautiful, wonderful, hated New England Patriots marching into AT&T today. Of course, a little Cowboy fans, we all are a little disappointed in the loss. We felt like we should have been undefeated coming into this game, but unfortunately, we're not. So this is what we basically got to do today. We got to kick some ass.
Gotta kick some
that's,
ass.
that's
Gotta kick some
basically
ass from the beginning.
from the beginning. We got to kick some ass, because these Patriots, man, hey, they hungry for a win too. And Bill Belichick, he is that little genius, man. He'll bring out some defensive formations and situations that'll counteract what we're doing. Let's start it off, Mikey. Mikey, what's your thoughts on the game for today, brother?
Well, little nuances to this game. Up to 5 years ago,
New
uh,
who? Oh,
nuances, the little details, especially about this game. The Dallas Cowboys had dominated this rivalry going up to the 2000s, and then some man named Edward Patrick Bear Brady, the GOAT one, came along and beat us 6 straight times up to 6 straight times up to the last time that we beat them with CD. So just like everybody, we've dominated in the last century. This century has been a little different, especially with our Cowboys. And another tidbit: up to 4 years ago, we all know the Dallas Cowboys is the most valuable franchise in the world. That's more than Manchester United. That's more than the New York Yankees. But up to then, the Patriots were in a strong second for a long time. They have fallen to fifth, I believe, and Patrick and Tom Brady had a lot to do with that. But it goes to show how strong of a franchise the Dallas Cowboys are, and how gluttons for punishment we are, because we keep buying this stuff and we keep supporting and keeping Jerry on top of the money train on Forbes, because we love our team. But they have fallen off. How one player could take that down a couple of notches, and we just keep trucking and we keep rolling. And the Dallas Cowboys are always the most valuable, popular, elite franchise in the world.
Right,
Um,
right.
so this game it's a tricky game. We fall into the hands of a defensive genius, considering all the woes that our offense had last week. We we got a fight in our hands. We have a good elite defense in our hands. Matthew Judon is nothing to play with, along with our limping offensive line. It's already been it's limping. And that was the surprise that we had going into the game last week, where moribund franchise that has our number, the Arizona Cardinals, handled business with us and took care of us. So um, if Bill Belichick is who he's supposed to be, this is supposed to be, you know, a grinder. Matt Jones is Matt Jones. Our defense got punched in the mouth, and we expect them to respond. We expect them to respond, but the mother of disappointment is expectations. We got a dogfight that we do, and if we're better, we're gonna win, and we'll outlast.
21. What you think, baby?
well, it's early, guys. It's early. If you guys are in the chat, shout out to the chat. AZ Vega, I know we
That's
got
my
punched
boy.
in
He's
the
from
mouth. Mikey
Chicago.
said it.
He's from
It's
Chicago,
early.
bro.
So it's early, and the big fella and Mikey bringing out the big word. So I concur with Mikey
I learned that from AZ,
and the
man.
big fella that this was a debacle. All right, I'm telling you guys, this was a debacle. We got embarrassed. You know, you know. I'm riding with Micah right now. Micah, hey, I got the Micah chain on. Shout out to Boss Perez with these Micah chains, but I got the Micah chain on right now. He came out. If you guys haven't checked out his podcast, he said, they were embarrassed. They thought they were come out. They were gonna come out here, chest puffed, and you know, it was a debacle. So I feel like they got to get back on track today. They have to. This defense has to show us what we expect of them. What we expected last week of them. So for those that say what happened with Dak and all that, Dak threw one pick. That was one pick, but 222 yards on the ground. Come on, guys. This is what we were supposed to do, what we were supposed to fix at the beginning of the year, and we thought we had it fixed. So this defense has got to get back on track. The big fella said it best on the Cowboys huddle. We got to put some blame on that defensive coordinator who we all love. He's
Yeah.
got to take some blame too. We blame Dak, we blame Mike, we blame the boy Wonder. We got to blame Dan Quinn, and Dan Quinn has got to get the right game plan this game because he's going up against, as Mikey said, defensive genius in Bill Belichick. So, it's got to be a Dan Quinn game today.
Man, that's a good segue, man, into a topic that I wanted to talk about. I'm like this, man. I was so happy when Mike McCarthy said that he was going to be calling plays. He's going to be controlling this offense. We're going to be a different type of offense, and just from the eye test, and I'm just saying the eye test. I don't believe it to be true, but the eye test is showing that our offense has another big word, digress. Okay, because when we get in the red zone, it seems like the offense has no creativity. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for today in the game. I'm looking for Mike McCarthy, supposed to be the offensive genius, to make in-game adjustments against Bill Parcells, the defensive genius. Okay, because this is more of a battle of the coaches more than it is the battle of the football teams. Because in all reality, the Cowboys football team is 10 times better than the New England Patriots football team. So we were concerned about last week about the situational football that we were talking about. Remember that last drive when we ran the ball 5 straight times and ran out 4 minutes of the clock? That's situational things that can't happen. Okay, we know this game gonna be tight because New England ain't gonna come in here and lay down. Okay, they need to win just as bad. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. I want to see Mike McCarthy at his best today because you're going to get the best on the other side. Okay. So if I can't get the best Mike McCarthy today, it might be a long day for us Cowboys. I don't think so, but this is how I feel about this. I just need Mike McCarthy to be on his best. What you think, Mike?
It's funny how you juxtapose the situation of football going into the running back game when we need to be passing, and our biggest thorn in our side was our offensive coordinator passing when we needed to run in the situation, and that's the irony, and that was the juxtaposition of things. Debacle juxtaposition. Oh man, we're bringing out the dictionary today, but but the source. I it's one, of course it's one play at a time, and I know it's not making excuses. It just depends on the health of our offensive line, on what we are doing and what we do. We just need what we need to get the ball out of Dak's hands and get it out up and early with some creativity. I like that 11 personnel. Let's get those tight ends more involved, and let's play some smash mouth football. I want to see Hunter Lupke get the ball in the right situations, letting them know. Of course, it's a tip off, kind of last year with Zeke, knowing when we're gonna run, but imposing our will and run the damn ball. My biggest thing is, where's Tyler Smith gonna play? Is Tyler Smith going to play inside, or is he going to be outside? Last year, he played outside the majority of the games because the absence of Tyron Smith, our Hall of Famer, and he made the all rookie team at that position. And having Chime Udoga out there with Matthew Judon is not a recipe for success. This defense is for real. Their defense is a top 3 defense according to stats right now, and we do need to respect it, but we got to impose our will and open up the offense a little bit. CD and to see how healthy Cooks is, stretch the field, and we're not going downfield that much. I know that's more of what our old coordinator did, but we need to be very versatile. We have the traits, we have the weapons to fall back and open it up. We can't just be stubborn in this West Coast and have our own way. That's why they called it the Texas Coast, because it was a little this, a little that, and they made some goulash with it. But we need to be versatile enough to have those situations where we need to get down the field and at the same time condense the field and play smash mouth football.
All right, 21. What you think about this matchup against Mike McCarthy and Bill Parcells today, brother?
Bill Belichick. Parcells is kind of retired already.
Yeah,
Parcells is retired, big fella. It's early.
All the damn Bills look alike. Shit.
You in the Mile High Stadium, man. So I know that the elevation kind of, I get it. I get it,
No,
big
just
fella.
because I'm on the 12th floor, man. You know
You see,
the
you
air,
even higher
the
than I am.
yeah
You know, if you know what I mean.
the thin
How
air in Denver, bro. It's the thin
about
air in
going up
Denver.
those stairs? How about going up those stairs, big fella? How about going up those
hey,
stairs?
hey, the thin air up on the 12th floor, bro. That's it. That's it.
It's
Say,
for real.
so
That's
so
for
I feel
real.
like this is a offense defense kind of game. Uh, Mike, I think Mike has to know that Bill Belichick is going to drop some schemes. He has the great Matthew Judon on that defensive line, so I feel like he's got to be prepared for that. We got to hope that this offensive line gets it together. We have him. I think I saw one of you guys. I don't know who sent it. Somebody said, "Well, we haven't started our offensive line intact. Like we have it. We need that consistency." But it's been a minute, so you know it's gonna be a defense versus offense. So I feel like Mike McCarthy has to be ready for this. He has to get this offense rolling. If we're gonna run the ball, hey, let's run it. Let's adjust. Just like the big fella said, in-game adjustments. We got to make sure we adjust. We got to see how that defense is gonna play. What it's gonna give us. What it's gonna allow us. If it's gonna be passing, then let's get Dak involved. I would love to see Dak a little bit. A
Babe,
little bit more mobile. I seen some areas where he could be a little bit more mobile, and I get it. We want him
babe,
to be a passing quarterback, but if we can use him there, I mean, why not? So it's gonna be a good matchup, man. Offense, defense, gurus. I'm excited.
Yeah, man, I'm excited too, man, because I think this is going to be not. I shouldn't say redemption game, but I think he's going to make up for last week. I think Mike is because I mean it was just. I mean, after the game, I did my 60 seconds with the Cowboys, and I immediately
sorry
went
about
off
that.
on Mike McCarthy about the end of the game. I mean, we put our players in a situation where it's a no win. I remember when, like 21 said, everybody wanted to blame Dak Prescott for the loss and everything, but it was a situation he was put in. Man, I need this right now. When we running down, I still can't get over that. I'm trying to leave last week in the past.
But that's we're finding ourselves in an impasse here because
Yeah.
that's it. He's our franchise quarterback. There's got to be situations where we got to put him. He's got to be able to be the plus multiplier that we ask him to be, and sometimes he does shit the bed. And throwing into triple coverage wasn't the option there. He got baited into it. It looked like a clear throw, and then he dropped back and threw it. What I saw that he needed to get the ball down and run it. There was a lot of opportunities in that last play for him to pick up what Rich, somebody like Rich Gannon. Remember Rich Gannon? He used to, he was good for picking up a first down, dropping it. Sometimes that's just a better play to live onto another play. And he gets flustered, and in that moment, he'll throw that pick, and it fits into the national narrative, fits into last year's narrative. Let Dak be Dak. I know his ankle really changed him as a player. There is opportunities. If Patrick Mahomes, clunky, discoordinated ass, the way he runs, gets down the field and picks up first down, I believe Dak Prescott with, not a flat tire, but a semi-flat tire that he got.
We're on one of those
We're
$25 ones.
Yeah, we're from the Llanteria,
There
from
you
old
go, from the
Paco's
Yanteria.
Llanteria over
You
there
go
por la
to
12
English,
y la
English,
Skyline. Ahí por la
English,
Skyline. Shout out.
English,
Tres Amigo
English.
podcast. Remember, you hit that on. Um, that's what he's on. You know what I mean? He got himself a used tire. He needs to pick up, and the chunk plays are the chunk plays. We just need to survive. First downs, matriculate. That's what we need from Dak. Definitely. And then there's this one player in particular, man. That kid Anthony Gonzalez is balling out. Shout out Gonzalez, straight up.
All right. Well, look, man, this is another segue into something, man. Our man is back. Our man, Mr. Feed Me 21. Ezekiel Elliott is back in town, baby. And hey, look, I was so excited, man, that Zeke got his job. He got a job, man, and with Bill Parcells. And I was thinking that Zeke would do them some good. And right now he's getting the majority of the carries up in New England. Zeke left because of one thing and one thing only, another big word, productivity. Okay, so
Productivity.
his productivity for the Cowboys last year in yardage wasn't there, but in the red zone where we missed him last week was there. Okay, so a lot of people, I know Gary brought up the conversation last week on the Dallas Cowboy huddle. Did we miss Zeke because of the red zone inefficiency? Okay, and it was a fair question. Okay, and my thing was how I don't think we missed him. I think we didn't put the right people in running down. I brought up the point of Hunter Lipke being like a Mike Alstott inside the five. Give me a extra offensive line or a tight end lead block and let's pound people in the mouth. Because I love that big offensive line. If y'all don't know what pound people in the mouth is, look at the Michigan game yesterday, how we just dominated. Anyway, I digress. But what I'm saying is, okay, we did miss him inside the five, but now we moved on. We got Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard had the quietest 100-yard game last week I ever seen in my life.
Yes, sir.
We were in the stadium and I didn't realize Tony Pollard had 100 yards just because only thing we was focusing on was the scoreboard. We wasn't focusing on the stat sheets. But hey, Tony had a good game against Arizona, man. We need this to continue. I need Tony to get in the dang end zone this week. 21, I'm gonna start with you, man. What you think, man, about the big boy from Ohio State strolling back into AT&T?
21. I don't want you to do nothing for me today,
Not
21. I
today.
want
Not
you to.
today.
It's gonna be an emotional game. It's gonna be an emotional game. Zeke is back in the building. If you guys are on Twitter, you guys gotta go check out his mom's post. She put a kind of emotional post. He's going back, to Dallas, and they loved it there. So it's gonna be an emotional game. Obviously, I think that Zeke's gonna have not a grudge, but you go back and you play your old team. If you guys have ever played sports in general, you go back and you play your old team. You want to show out. You see
Yeah.
some people in the stands. You remember. You want to show out. Be like, hey, I still got it. So it's gonna be a good game.
21. It was
Zeke
kind of
is
like
back.
DeMarco Murray when he returned with the Eagles. We wanted
Yeah,
to now we loved him, but we wanted to kill him.
we wanted to punish him. We wanted to punish him. And Micah came out. If you guys haven't checked out his podcast, check it out, man. Micah, he came out. He said, Zeke and him used to go at it in practice, and hey, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. So it's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a fun game. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to watch this Zeke and Tony battle too. I see Zeke and I see Tony, and I think that TikTok. Hey Tony, hey Tony,
Ezekiel.
what's your name? Ezekiel.
Hey,
I think
Fuck
somebody
you,
about
made a
that TikTok,
Ezekiel.
TikTok.
right? But
Fuck you,
Somebody made a
Ezekiel.
somebody made a
Fuck
TikTok
you.
about that, and I thought it was hilarious.
so I'm excited. I'm excited to see Zeke. Man, I was a big Zeke fan. I was, but
Yeah.
like the big fella said, we didn't see that productivity there no more. We did
Productivity.
miss him in the end zone. We missed that those juggernaut plays where you just pound that ball in there. you know. And again, I go back to Mike McCarthy and him making those right adjustments as well, because you gotta. Where was Hunter? We saw this battering ram in preseason, and we didn't see it. We haven't seen him since. So
No.
so we gotta adjust in those moments, especially that red zone. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see Zeke back, and I'm excited to see Tony, man.
All right, Mikey, give me your thoughts on Zeke versus Tony today, or the
Well,
return of 21. The return of 21.
the return of 21. No, we would be lying to ourselves if we said we didn't miss Zeke Elliott in our lineup. We would be lying to ourselves if we said that we were better off not having him in between the 5 yard line and the goal line. You could say what you want about Ezekiel Elliott and his average dropping ever since that. He was basically the best player in the NFL for his first 3 years, and his first year, um, more than anything, you could count on Zeke Elliott to pick up those 2 yards. When you gave it to him, he got first downs. When you gave it to him, because everybody's talking about the goal line, no first downs too, and keeping drives going. Those 12 touchdowns are missed. They're gone, but they are missed. And what we need to give the man his flowers, and let him, put it on that we do miss that. We needed that. Dude, you could make a perfect pass to somebody under the basket, and if they don't bank it and make it in, Tim Duncan was there all the time doing it. And Zeke Elliott was that Tim Duncan when we gave it to him and he punched it in. 12 touchdowns are a lot of touchdowns, and they're evidently missed because we've been in the red zone. What is it, 13 times? 13 times. Last week we were there 5 times, and we didn't punch it in. And who would he gave it to? Ezekiel Elliott. So we need to make our adjustment. He's gone. And we need to make our adjustment. I'm along with you, getting Luke the ball and letting them know. Because when you knew Zeke was in, Zeke was getting the damn ball. And the offensive line blocked better. It seemed like they got better, but he just had a nose for not getting those 7 yards that we wanted, those big old bursts or those 20-yard gainers. But he was sure to be the man to get that touchdown, those 2 yards, the 1.5 yards, whatever. He went forward and he broke the plane of the end zone. I don't want to see him do good, of course. And then you talked about if we played sports and we got traded, we want revenge. I guess to make this relative to everybody, it's just an old girlfriend and with your new girlfriend. He's coming with his new girlfriend.
Exactly,
You know what I mean? She popping them things. She got her fake hair. She got her eyelashes. She has all this razzle dazzle. But we still the shit. We still the shit. We. So we got to show that we got them things. We moved on. We're good, and we got to put Hunter in the best positions. Yeah, we're talking about Hunter Luque because he has the body, he has the frame. The big fella referred to Mike Allstott. We need a Mike Allstott. He might not be a prolific blocker, but we saw at the end of the preseason when they gave him all those carries that he could tote the rock, and he almost broke one picking up a short yardage, and we need to see more of that. I like Rico Dowdle because he runs angry, but he's just a little too small. We need that beef back there, and that's what we want. As far as Tony Pollard goes, he is missing his thunder to the lightning. You could see it. He's toting a lot. He's taking more shots, but that little we seen little flashes of it, but before with less carries, he would flash a little more. So we need to help out Tony. We need to help out Tony a little. I'm happy that Zeke got his money. Nobody else was going to give him $5 million. Nobody else. And the New England Patriots gave it to him. I was holding out hope that, you know what, we were going to pick him up in November if nobody picked him up at the right time when he was healthy with all this energy. And that was my Cowboys' hope and delusion. But good for Ezekiel Elliott. It's going to be, weird to see him. My mom's real upset with Zeke. Real upset with Zeke.
Why?
Because so he got brand new on us. He got brand new. He got that haircut. Oh, especially because he got his haircut, dude. When she saw him another jersey, she finally cut his hair. My mom was like, pues, es lo que tenía, todo el pelo, and ya lo cortó. Oh my God, dude. So my mom was upset with Zeke. She always wanted him to cut off his hair. She said it made him slow. So it is what it is.
That was when I got a Zeke jersey before even Dak, man. I got that first Zeke jersey, and man, so I'm gonna be rocking it today. It's a Cowboy jersey, so
Yes,
gonna be on.
I left mine back in Dallas too because I thought about it because I thought I was going to be at home this weekend. I was going to rock my 21 jersey today too, and we didn't make it home this weekend. And I was like, shit, I don't have my Zeke jersey. Just a little support. Hey, we want to win the game, but we always going to support ours. I don't care who he played for. It's kind of like when Emmett played for Arizona. He wasn't Arizona. It's like Dorsett when he played for Denver. He wasn't a Denver Bronco. He's a
Yeah.
damn Cowboy. You know,
But
when
but,
DeMarco
but
Murray went to the Eagles, he ain't no damn Eagle. He a
But
Cowboy.
Zeke's more on the DeMarco Murray, like you know what I mean. We got it from the breaks. He got a good year, but he wasn't Tony, and he wasn't Tony that said he wasn't Emmett. That was a little different. But when DeMarco, I guess we'll put him with DeMarco a little bit because when Emmett came, he was really run down, and Roy Williams cleaned his clock and he broke his clavicle. And that was it for Emmett after that. What do you think about all this? That they're gonna do a little thing for do you think it's earned? And I like that they're gonna do like a little video montage and giving them love and all that stuff, dude. This was a part of my Sundays. Each time he was in the five, I'd go feed the man, because it was coming, man. What do you guys think of them giving him a video montage? Is it
Well, man,
appropriate?
I think it's appropriate, and the reason why is because he was so popular here. It'd be different if Zeke wasn't as popular as he was. You got to think about it, man. The fourth pick overall in his draft. I literally called it the year before after we had lost to the Redskins at the end of the season. I said, "Thanks, Redskins, because we're going to get that number 4 pick. We're going to pick Ezekiel Elliott because everybody knew we need some explosiveness." Another big word in the backfield at the time, and Zeke was the best running back in the draft at that time. But Zeke came, man, and he changed the offense. Okay, because if it wasn't for Zeke that year, his rookie year, Dak's rookie year, dude, they wouldn't have went 13-3 because
No, sir.
we ran the damn ball 30 times a game. Okay.
Yeah.
We ran the ball, bro. We dominated. Our offensive line was dominant. Zeke was dominant. He was explosive. Now, I'll never forget that Pittsburgh game where Zeke just took over the damn game,
Good
bro.
night,
You know,
Irene. Oh
hey, I'm
man.
telling you, man, that was probably one of my favorite Cowboy games of all time.
Well,
Even though it was just a
that
regular season
game
game.
ended Tony Romo's reign
Yeah,
as no, it
yeah,
was that was the game
That
where
was the game.
that game retired Tony Romo. That
yeah.
game, because he was
So
coming back, he was on nipping at the heels, and what they did, they couldn't kill that chemistry, and that game was the game that retired Tony Romo, man. With Zeke, it's just he was a force of nature, and like you said, the year before, our line was so dominant. He was the piece that we needed to wreck the league, wreck it. Because even we had, was it Joseph Randall, and he was making chunk yards until he went to a department store and stole the G string.
you stupid, dude. You stupid.
It
But
was
no,
Yeah, but
but
below.
I think we all remember even Zeke before that. So I like it, man. They're giving Zeke a little montage. Zeke is part of Zeke is a cowboy to me. Zeke is a cowboy. We all remember that. He came out in preseason versus Seattle. He said, we gonna show you we here. And he came out. And who was it? Cam Chancellor or who
Camp
was it?
Chancellor.
Cam
That was
Chancellor.
great.
He said, you know
beautiful. It
what?
was beautiful.
We here. And ever since then, Zeke was we saw we saw what we were gonna like about him, and this dude was gonna be that battering ram, and we loved it, man. So it's fitting he gets a little montage. Shout out to the Cowboys. I'm still team Jimmy Johnson and Tony Romo in the Ring of Honor before anybody. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
Man,
get Jimmy in. Get Jimmy in.
yeah, but man, we're gonna end this with the Zeke Tony thing. But I'm like this, man. I want Zeke to have a touch, and the Cowboys win the game by 30. Okay, hey man, at least Zeke scored while he was here, But after that's all I care about, man. You got a touch, man. Congratulations. He's probably one of the few Ohio State players I ever liked in my life. So hey, congratulations, Zeke. Welcome home, Zeke.
welcome home, Zeke.
Welcome home, Zeke. But we gotta whoop that ass. Okay.
Yeah, we want to whoop that.
All right.
Hey
You know
man,
what? No more love, because after this,
yeah,
smack. Let's
this
go,
is
That's
Mike.
it.
serious business. Say, man. All right, now after last week, man, these surprise active and inactives, man, it just creeped up on. It's hard with being at the game. You don't know who's playing and who's not. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mikey, did you have any updates on the active inactive list today?
Well, we got Tyler Biotish with his hamstring. We got Chime Udoga with his elbow. CeeDee Lamb. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb, Zach Martin. You know what? This is just their injury report, but their inactives are wrong. I'm sorry. These are just people that are injured.
And I was
Oh
about to say,
man,
I was like, damn.
Yeah, I was on CD Lamb, Demarcus Lawrence. These are all just big players that didn't play. I'm sorry, I didn't do my research. I did the wrong freaking thing.
it's
But
no problem,
but
brother.
for sure, inactive is Tyron Smith. Tyler Biotish is going to play, and the only one that's really inactive is Tyron Smith.
Tyron Smith, yeah.
Everybody's playing, and
Now,
everybody's
now y'all
kind
know,
of banged up. Where
y'all
we
know the big fella got a hot opinion about Tyron. Y'all know I got a
I
hot
know,
opinion.
man. You and be too
Now,
real, man.
man,
I think that's a hot topic right there. I think that's a hot
all
topic
right.
right there.
Just open it up with Tyron until I get
All
this
right,
bad.
let's talk about Tyron real quick, man. This is my thing with him. I love him. We all know this guy going to the Hall of Fame. We know it, okay? But this is my problem with Tyron Smith, okay? His consistency on the football field has been out of there for the last 5 years. We are guaranteed that Tyron is going to miss at least 5 games of the season, okay? A lot of times these games are important games or we actually need him, man. And last year, before the season started last year, I said we need to move on from Tyron just because of his health issues. Okay. So once again, before the Arizona game, this man was suited out, working out. All of a sudden, hey, he's inactive. He's inactive. And I was like, what's going on? It's a knee. It's a knee. And I was like, is Tyron Smith's body, is it continuously breaking down where, he can't even get on the field week by week? Does he need a respite every 3 weeks where, hey, he play one game, he off 3 weeks, play one game, he off 3 weeks? To me, that's not continuity, another big word, for
Yes,
this
sir.
offensive line, man. We
No.
always talking about the continuity of the offensive line, everybody getting together, being as one. That's when the Cowboys offensive line was dominant, when everybody was healthy. Okay. And
Yes, sir.
Tyron is always that person that's not healthy. And I don't understand why the Cowboys can't see this. I know they love him too. Okay. They love Tyron. Okay. Tyron been a Cowboy since he was 20 years old. Okay. But he's not an old person as in age, but he's old in football age. Okay. And his body can't stay healthy. And I think it's really time for the Cowboys to make that decision and get us a new left tackle. Because I was thinking, hey man, put Tyler Smith back at left tackle, okay, and let's roll with that, okay, because we can't keep going back and forth at that position. You're gonna eventually get my quarterback killed. You're gonna get my running backs killed just because of the continuity on the offensive line. So I'm asking for y'all thoughts on this, man. Am I going too hard on on Tyron, or I'm right on, or I'm in between? What y'all think, bro?
Well, I think it's appropriate for your frustration. It's been all our frustration. We've been catering a lot to him. His gold jacket has got a lot of playing time for him. Not to diminish what he has done, but what it does to continuity. Electrician, baby, and continuity is good. What it does, especially you're an offensive lineman, the communication. Um, there's been something put out like the reason that Tyler Smith hasn't moved over. Once Tyler Smith moves over, and we put Chime Doga in or Bass at guard, Tyron Smith's career is over. They didn't like last year that they kept moving Tyler Smith, but once we see Tyler Smith outside this year permanent, that's a wrap for Tyron Smith. So there's a reason why last week they didn't do it, and then this week, I hope they do it. I don't want Tyron Smith to be done, but the Cowboys are better with Tyler Smith being on the outside. He did good. And let me get back to this inactive list. I'm sorry, I had the right list. I just didn't scroll
Go
to
ahead.
it. So um Tyler Biotis has his hamstring and he is questionable. Chimi Udoka got an elbow. It's unspecified. CD Lamb is just rest. It's unspecified. Same thing with Lawrence. So they missed practice, but they are going to play. Zach Martin is his ankle. He's questionable. Tony Pollard, it wasn't specified, and Peyton Hendershot, not specified. Peyton Hendershot is questionable, but the one that's out is Tyron Smith for this game. So that's just to do my job right. I'm sorry. I apologize. But
It's
yeah,
early, Mikey. It's
back with
early, Mikey.
yeah, I know. Um,
you, you on
but
your
with
game
Tyron,
next
it
week.
does
You better be
it
on your
has
game
affected
next week.
us,
You better be
and
on your
we
game next week. You know that's your job, active and inactive.
yes, I got it now. I got it. What you think, Mando?
We're gonna have to talk about that raise a little bit later, Mikey.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
But now you know what? That man's gold jacket is waiting for him. We all know that. We all know that. His gold jacket is sitting there. Is getting pressed right now, stitched up. He's getting ready, and shout out. But the writing's been on the wall. I'm kind of. I read a little article on Twitter and talking about Tyron too. I believe it was blogging with the boys. I'm not too sure, so I don't want to, But shout out Twitter. If you haven't checked me out on Twitter, go check me out, man. 21 Armando. Check us all out, man. TikTok. Check out the Three Amigos podcast on TikTok.
Three Amigos
Brand new
podcast on
too, man. Go check
TikTok.
it out. Los Three Amigos podcast. But um, I feel like the Cowboys maybe. What if we're holding him for those big games? Those big games, and the writing's on the wall. Look, this is what we're doing. We're holding you for those big games. We want you. We want you. Just chill. Uh, and those playoff games where we're gonna need him, where we're gonna need him in those big games. And for now, but I do feel like this is his last ride. This is his last ride. It's the like I said, the writing's on the wall. Tyron's time's up. We all see it. I think when was it? Does anybody know the last time he played a full season?
What, like 5, 6
2016?
years ago, maybe?
No,
2000. I want to
2017.
say 14, 15,
No,
something like
16. It
16.
was 16. Yeah. Well, they sat him down voluntarily. It wasn't
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
for
But
injury.
but most of the season he played,
Oso's
right?
in the house.
So
Oso's in
shout
the
out, man.
house.
Shout out to DC4L, baby. But the writing's on the wall, man. I think that we got this young kid in Tyler Smith who we've seen him there and we've seen him do good there. So if we see him permanently take over, hey, we have it locked up. It's a wrap. So let's see this week, man. We'll see what we do with this O line this week. We got to protect our quarterback. That's for sure.
We definitely got to protect our quarterback, man. I mean, this is just my big concern, man. Right now, with Tyler, always hurt. But we gonna see, man. I'm glad to see my man, Mr. Badass, is back at center.
Yes, sir.
The push heard around the world. As Sam Williams. Hey man, we don't play that now.
And where's Sam Williams? He's in a milk carton somewhere.
Hey man, hey, ever since he got in trouble, I think he's still waiting on the hat from Sneaky G or something. I don't know.
No, well, they told his ass slow down on the streets, not slow your ass down on the fucking field. But back to get up to what Mondo said. If they're doing that to save games, if they're doing that for playoff games, every game is important. Chris touched on this. Chris touched up on this on the huddle, where our losses to Jacksonville, our losses to Green Bay really killed us with home field advantage and got us in San Francisco at the end of the year, not being at home. Every game's important. Losing these little games are gonna kill us in the long run. I know this is the third game and we're putting ourselves in the Super Bowl, but that's where the bar is, and that's where we're gonna go. So if they're doing that, man, and Chris said something the other day that made me cringe. He said, "What is it? Game management." Game man, this is fucking football. This ain't basketball. But he was on the money, and it makes me cringe. So if a player needs to be Kawhi Leonard, we just can't. We just
No,
can't.
And I honestly think that's what they're doing because this is his last season and they want him. You know, they feel like whoever they're gonna put at that O line is gonna be good. And once we need that solid, to solidify it, it's gonna be in when we have that big run at the end. So time management. We see the NBA do it. I feel like that's what they're doing with Tyron. Who knows? I don't know, right? But what I do feel is this is his last ride right here. This is it.
to me, the NBA, you play 3 to 4 games a week. NFL, you play one. It's a
Yeah,
violent collision sport. Okay, if you need load management in the NFL or any football, it's time to retire.
yeah,
Okay, because to me, it's more important for you to be on the field than on the sideline for load management. Okay,
and suited
I,
up.
I don't pay you to sit there and rest your body. Okay, you rest in the off season because this is a marathon. And we need every mile. Okay, every mile we need to be consistent. Okay,
Yeah,
so that's just my thing. But I wasn't gonna do this, but we got our troll of the day, Drew. Okay, and I was reading this comment,
I
and I
love
was
Drew.
reading it.
I fucking love
I
Drew.
love Drew too. Drew loyal to them crappy ass Eagles. But I was reading this right.
I love Drew.
What does that have to do with being a Hall of Famer because he hadn't played in an NFC Championship game? That makes no sense. Of course, Kelsey and Lane are going to be in the Hall of Fame. I have
As
no
right they
problem with
should
that.
be. As right they
And
should
like
be.
they
They're good
should be.
players.
Exactly. They're excellent offensive linemen. But you're trying to tell me because Tyron hadn't played in an NFC Championship game, he don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? You know how many Hall of Famers that's in the damn Hall of Fame that never been to a Super Bowl, NFC Championship game? Hell, some ain't never even been in the damn playoffs. That's
Was
irrelevant. It's one of those common Eagle things that y'all do. But all I got to say about the Eagles, okay, we'll see you soon, goddamn it. So listen, we'll
no,
see
it
you
was
soon.
Lane Johnson in the All Decade team. Was Lane Johnson in the All Decade team or Tyron Smith in the All Decade team?
Thank you. Shit,
And they
Lane
play the
Lane
fucking
just
same
got good
position.
these last 4 years of his career. We didn't even talk
Mhm.
about Lane Johnson from Oklahoma. I know where he's from. I seen him play his whole damn career. I
And
know
he's
who he is.
good. He's
Okay,
a good
and he's
player.
good, and he will be in the Hall of Fame. But
Yes, he
don't
will.
dog out my guy because he hadn't been in the NFC Championship. Remember, y'all shit just started. Okay, y'all just started
exactly.
going to Super Bowls. Okay, it took y'all 60 them years to do one thing. Don't get me
Hey,
started. Hey,
don't get
I
drawn
got a little
outside zone.
fired up. I got a little razzle dazzle
Let's
this
go.
early.
Let's go.
Hey,
Let's
hey,
let's
hey.
keep it
Let's,
moving.
let's
Push
we're
it.
gonna keep
Keep
it
I'm gonna have
moving.
to,
pushing.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
we're
have to,
gonna
I'm gonna
keep
have
it
to give me a
moving.
little yellow
Hey,
flag.
go fuck yourself, Drew.
Yellow
Oh
Yeah,
my
flag.
yeah,
God. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey man, but look, let's move on to this, man. The key players to watch today, man, in today's game. Mikey, who you got, man, that you looking forward to see in today's game, bro?
Today, I want to see the Michael Gallup. What Michael Gallup did this last week, open up CD Lamb. Like we need the outside or taking care of let CD work inside. That's what I really want to see, and I want to see the matchup with Gonzalez and Lamb and that's the Patriots guys. That rookie, he was from Oregon, he was good, and I want to see the matchup, the footballer in me, the football player in me, and the football enthusiast that I am. I want to see that matchup, and another thing, our offensive line. We need to see the health of our offensive line. If our defense, I know I'm going up, our defense don't respond, then we're not the dogs that we say we are. But most of all, our offensive line and Michael Gallup going forward and taking last week's game into this week's game.
Hey, 21, let me go real quick, man.
Go ahead, big fella.
Because it's on my mind. I wore this 55 jersey for a reason today. I wore
Oh
it for a
yes,
reason. I wore it for a reason. And remember last year, I dogged out double nickel for 10 straight games. Dogged
Yep.
him out, made videos, made TikToks about my middle linebacker,
The
how
wolf run.
how trash he played. And then I said, I'm not gonna dog out any more of my Cowboy players. Okay. Give him benefit of the doubt. I even changed his name to the leader of the table. Okay, he is our tribal chief. I did all that. Okay,
Under the table.
did all that. Then last week happened.
Mm.
And we saw double nickel chasing players again, not filling the holes, getting blocked. And it was so frustrating. So I'm trying to bring some good karma today to double nickel. So my player to watch today is double nickel, Mr. Leighton Van Der Esch, because Bill Parcells saw the same thing we saw. Okay. And they're going to attack weaknesses. And right now, the weakness on the Cowboys defense is at linebacker. Okay. So the linebackers got to step up and play today. They got to step up. They got to make tackles. They got to fill the hole. So my key player to watch today is Leighton Van Der Esch. Go ahead, 21.
Key player right here, man. This guy right here. This guy came out, he talked a
Yes,
big
sir.
game. He said, he came out on his podcast. He said, what, we got to do better. They're gonna do better. I'm excited to see Micah today. See if he really, comes out and has that grudge today. That how we still always see him, hyped up. I want to see him with the grudge today. I want to see him with that chip on his shoulders today. Of getting embarrassed last week in Arizona. So I want to see Micah more active. We didn't see him till the third quarter last week. So definitely want to see and that whole defensive line, man. We got to stop this run. We definitely got to stop this run. I feel like Bill Belichick is kind of going to use that playbook, attack, just like the big fella said, attack our linebackers. So definitely see, definitely want to see Micah today. Want to see him getting after this quarterback today.
Well, the interesting little tidbit going back to what Chris said about our linebacker, we only got two on our roster. Two.
Yep.
So if Odemone, or the Wolf Hunter go down, we're gonna have to change our defense drastically. That's a big thing. Bell as well needs to play better. He had such a good couple of games, but they just were lost. They looked lost. The whole linebacking core looked lost. A very, very good observation, Chris, and that was an oversight. I just thought the defense in general, but most of all our linebackers, because if one of those guys goes down, who's going to be playing middle linebacker, right? And we're going to take him off the line, and we might see D Law today play on the other side, on the left hand side, instead of playing right where he's good. Because if anybody had a good game, was D Law last game.
Yep.
So our linebackers, Leighton Van Der Esch, Damone Clark, not just to play a good game, but to stay healthy as well, because that will have big ramifications on our defense in our games.
All right, man. Look, we toward the end of the show, and we're gonna give our predictions of the game today. I'll start. I'll go first. I really think it may be slow going. It may be a boring first half. I'm telling you now, it may be boring. It's kind of like a heavyweight fight, man. They're gonna be jabbing each other, jab, jab, jab. Okay, but I think the Cowboys will have the knockout punch today. I think the Cowboys will win this game. On the huddle, I said 3-0. I was just being facetious. Another big word. I was being facetious. So I think the Cowboys got this one today. 23-10. Let Zeke get his touch at the end. Cowboys win.
Let me
You
go.
want
Okay,
to
so
go ahead? Go ahead.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Obviously, Cowboys. Cowboys. I think that his defense comes out and plays smash mouth football, and we punch him in the face right away. I think we get back to dominating on defense, and I'm gonna go 32-10 Cowboys. It's like the big fella said. I think we'll let Zeke walk one in just for old time's sake.
Go
Wow,
ahead, Mikey.
wow. That's a big number, Mama. But hey, it is. I have a closer game. I still got that bad taste in my mouth from last week. Maybe it's kind of still like dehydrated because last week that's all we did. I said 28-24 Dallas Cowboys, where
Ooh, that's close.
we and it really has a lot to do with our quarterback as well. Our quarterback, marching us down the field and closing this out, which he did already against this team, not this particular team, but a lot of the same cast of characters. So I see ourselves going 28-24 with the Cowboys victory. I just I man, hey, I'm still hurt. I gotta live here. I gotta live here. I'm still hearing this shit. So until they show us otherwise, and let's climb back to heaven from the valley of the depths that we went through. But I see a closer game, and just the Cowboys win. I don't care if it's by 3, by 10, by 15. A dub's a dub.
Dubs
Yep.
and dub. All right. Now, Armando, pub our TikTok account again, please, where people can find us on TikTok.
Y'all check us out on TikTok, man. Y'all already know Dallas Cowboy Chris. You got Dallas Cowboy. Hold on, I gotta do this right. Okay, we got Dallas Cowboy Chris, Mikey Fight 2 right here, baby.
Yes,
But we
sir.
all Los Three Amigos podcast on TikTok. Check us out, just like that. Los Three Amigos podcast. The number
Yeah,
3.
please get us live so we can get this live content, baby. Content.
And while you at it, hey, check us out on you guys the YouTube, TikToks, Facebooks, the Twitters. Check us all out, man. 21 Armando, Dallas Cowboy Chris, the big fella, Mikey, Mike Dub, 520, baby. And shout out everybody in Arizona, man. We had a great time out there, man. Beautiful, tailgating and everything, man. Love it, man. It was just hot as shit, man. I'll tell you that.
Yes, sir. I gotta live here.
Well, look, man, Dallas Cowboy fans, man, appreciate y'all joining us, man. Please like, subscribe, share, man. We just starting this. I don't know if we're gonna do a post game. If y'all want to do a post game, we can. That's up to y'all.
I'm down.
If y'all down, we'll do a post game.
A raw dog.
I am down for a post game. I will be. Let me use my big word of the day. Inebriated though. So
Yeah, we're gonna be
you guys
inebriated.
I will be sober because
So let's do this. Okay. Hour after kick, probably I think I'm going to watch the game at a sports bar today. So it's gonna take me a minute to get back to the house. Hour after the game, we'll do a post-game immediate reaction of the Cowboys and Pats. Always, man, Dallas Cowboys for life.
for life.
Cowboys, y'all.
Puro pinches Cowboys. Man, how you like them apples? Apples.